most legendary car nameplates has to be Charger. When you say the word Charger, you're thinking about V8 muscle cars, the chase scene from Bullitt, Vin Diesel, the Fast and the Furious. When you think Dodge Charger, you do not think of an electric car. And honestly, I think that's why the Dodge Charger Electric has completely and utterly failed in the marketplace. And the thing is, I think Dodge actually can save this, but man, is it going to be really colorful in the next 24 months for them. And Stellantis in general. Let's talk about it. I'm Dane. This channel is Brown Roush. I have been on YouTube since 2006. I'm sure some people are going to be like, whoa, I wasn't even born in 2006. And you know what? I don't want to hear that. I'm old. I get it. I usually give my terrible hot takes on what I'm seeing in the car scene and with new cars. So if you're into that kind of content where I just kind of blabble about cars and jump to conclusions, well, go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. I talk about why the Dodge Charger Electric, has been an utter failure in the marketplace. And the reason why is because Dodge completely missed who this market was for. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Dodge Charger has a certain image. Even the last generation Charger has been doing a lot to keep up that image of, Dodge is a tough, sporty, a very American car brand. And like that's an image Dodge has been working on for at least 20 years. Actually, I'd say even longer than that. When the redesigned Dodge Ram came out in the 90s, it definitely went from being like, this is a truck to like, oh, this is a truck. Very manly, very masked. As they progressed through the 2000s with more aggressive trucks, bringing back the Charger, the Challenger, toughening up the Durango, and then just kind of not having anything else for sale. Dodge is known for having loud V8s. And it's also known for, being a more of a blue-collar brand. None of that is wrong, mind you. It's just, when it comes to the Venn diagram of people who would buy a Dodge and people who would spend $60,000 plus on an electric car, you don't have a Venn diagram, you have two circles, because they don't overlap. Because the thing is, people who want to buy a Dodge Charger, they want the Dodge Charger. I get Dodge tried to do a lot of things to make it seem tough and worthy successor to the V8 Chargers. Horsepower and torque is better. Performance is better. Styling, I think, is arguably better. It's a beautiful car. It's just, they want the V8 rumble. We've actually have seen this already with Stellantis bringing back the Hemi V8 into the Ram 1500 trucks. Because there was a time where it was just, it was either the Pentastar, like 3.6 liter, 3.8, where the V6 engine, and also the new twin-turbo six-pack. It's true that the twin-turbo six-pack is better than the old Hemi 5.7 liter V8. But the market demands the V8. The core demographic that buys from Dodge wants a V8. They almost don't care that it is less powerful than a newer tech engine. They are here for the V8. And when it comes to people, a person who wants a sporty EV, they have a lot of choices. You have Tesla, which has been around for actually quite some time now. Then you also have Lucid. All these opportunities to buy something that is very premium. And like if you're looking at a Dodge Charger, it's like, am I a Dodge person or am I an electric car person? I just do not see those people, intertwining. So for Dodge Charger fans, launching with only an EV when, let's be honest, Dodge Charger V8 fans are going to be like, oh, I don't want no limp wrist electric vehicle. I want my V8. They're not going to go for it. And the EV fans are going to be like, I don't want to be associated with Dodge Charger people. I have other options. I don't need to go with an American blue-collar brand. You have options. Yeah, like Hyundai has the sedan. They also have that hatchback, which are also in performance versions. So it's like, okay, I don't have $200,000 to drop on an EV, but I still want an EV. I still want a sporty one. I'm going to go to Hyundai because I'm not a Dodge person. As I mentioned earlier, the thing is, Dodge did get a lot right with this generation Charger. I love the styling. I know it's a big car, and it is. Like, it's kind of comical to see how much the EV Charger weighs. I think it's like well over 5,000 pounds. It's a big, heavy car. But also, like, lengthwise, it's not that far off from the original Dodge Charger. I mean, put the General Lee and this Charger side by side, and lengthwise, they're going to be pretty close. And widthwise, from what I recall, it's only a couple of inches off. The wide stance, the long hood. The interior also looks nice too, though I'll admit I am not a fan of this new brave world of putting screens everywhere. I like physical buttons. I like normal gauges. I think screens being everywhere in a car interior is just a way to like ooh and ah people who aren't really into cars into thinking that that's a new fancy thing. I just see it as a way for car manufacturers to be like, here's a tablet, cheaper to produce, but we can say it's more expensive because nuance. Whoop-de-doo. Things that really take me out of the new Dodge Charger, the fake exhaust. It's not that it sounds bad, it's just that it's goofy. I mean, the fact that we are in a timeline where we have to pipe in fake exhaust to the inside of the car to make you feel good about the engine you have. You also have to put it on the outside to make sure you don't feel embarrassed to drive the Dodge Charger. Oh yeah, it's got the engine, but it's just it's not real. It has plenty of power on paper, it has great performance on paper, even though it's really heavy. I just don't see people wanting to spend so much money on electric Dodge. Because it's not like Dodge has the best reliability. So let's talk about how can Dodge fix this? Well, they've already started. The big thing is they actually have rushed into production the Dodge six-pack. Now that's going to be taking the Dodge Hurricane twin turbo engine and shoving it in the car. Now this was already planned, but they were not expecting to do this so soon. And it's kind of funny. It's almost like we have an American Nissan GTR. We have the twin turbo inline six. I believe these are still only rear wheel drive. It's all wheel drive. I mean, I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments. And like, that's cool, but is it enough? Because as I mentioned before, Dodge recently brought back the Ram 1500 5.7 liter Hemi V8. And what that tells me is like, okay, are we also going to put that in the Charger? That will for sure make at least the enthusiasts and the core buyers happy. The real question is, so we're going to have the EV, we're going to have the six-pack, we're going to have the 5.7 liter V8, and maybe they'll do the 6.1. Kind of to be determined. If they do have that full lineup, which I'm sure would help sales immensely, like what's the pecking order going to be? Because traditionally, I have a Mustang. Usually you have your six-cylinder or your four-cylinder now as your entry-level car, and then you have your eight-cylinder as the mid to high-performance vehicle. The thing is, the six-pack already is a better performance engine than the 5.7 liter V8. So, I mean, it kind of becomes a hierarchy issue. Like, does Dodge just have the 5.7 liter V8 as like Charger Classic as, the one for the good old boys who just want a V8? Then there's the actual six-pack for, younger enthusiasts who are okay with a twin-turbo 6. And then there is the EV option for, I don't know, all 5 people who want an EV. Who knows? Maybe in 6 months we'll also see that they're going to put the venerable Pentastar V6 into the base version of the Charger, have the 5.7 be like the rank and file engine that a vast majority of people get. The six-pack is for people who want to have something that's a little bit more balanced as a 4,000-pound coupe can be. And the EV is for, I guess, all 4 or 5 people that want it. I mean, let me ask you this. What do you think? The Dodge Charger is already a sales failure. It's not like, is it? No, it is. I mean, the fact that there are brand new 2024 models sitting on dealership lots and we are, weeks away from 2026, yeah, the Dodge Charger was a failure. But will adding in the six-pack and maybe even the 5.7 liter Hemi, is that actually going to fix anything? Or already past the point of no return? Let me know your thoughts down below, because honestly, I don't know. I know a sedan version of the Charger is coming, so maybe that is where we're going to see the 5.7 liter V8 come back, since there already has been such a big, consumer outcry of not having that be available anymore. Are they going to bring back the Pentastar V6 just for sedans? I don't know, because the thing is, if you go to a Dodge, Chrysler, Ram dealership, there's not a lot to buy. Chrysler sells a minivan. Dodge sells Durango? Yeah, I think that's just about it. Durango. Any leftover Charger or Challenger from the last generation. This Charger. Ram has trucks. What are they going to buy? Okay, yeah, leave me your thoughts down below. If you like this kind of content, comment, like, and subscribe. I will try to reliably work on these types of videos. And see you guys next time.